Seriously, please watch this before you go to school because I'm gonna take you through a fully optimized school day from the second you wake up to when you go to school to what you do after school. And if you do exactly as I say, you're gonna beat all your friends. Let's start before the bell even rings. First, you're gonna start with a 30-minute double alarm. If you want a great morning routine for school, you need to start snoozing the alarm. You're gonna do it with the 30-minute double alarm. You're gonna set up 2 alarms. Your main alarm should go off when you have to wake up, but you're gonna set up a second alarm 30 minutes before that. Then, when your first alarm goes off, just hit the snooze button. A study found that when you snooze for only 30 minutes, it has 0 impact on participants' fatigue and actually improved cognitive function. So then, when you get up to snooze that phone, I want you to grab it and slide it across your room. Now, when that second alarm goes off 30 minutes later, you're forced to get out of bed to snooze that phone. Now, you've tricked your brain into thinking you got extra rest and you're feeling great for the rest of the day. This is just the first 10 minutes of your optimized school day routine and you're already separating yourself from the crowd. But if you really want to walk into class and run it, what you do before the bell even rings is going to determine your GPA, which takes us to your second step. You want to study the morning of tests. Tell your mom your brother said you need to stop studying the night before, bro, and start studying the morning of tests to get more A's. But not by just rereading your notes, bro. That's useless. You're gonna do it using a method called blurting. If you have an exam, I want you to grab a blank page and start writing down everything that you can remember about that topic. You're gonna do it without looking at your notes or the textbook. Students who use this retrieval-based study consistently outperform those that just read over their stuff. A 2024 study showed that repeated recall strengthens your memory and it improves that final exam performance. Now I want you to switch to a different color pen and start filling in the blanks. Anything that you forgot gets filled in with active recall. This method shows you exactly what you know and what you don't know and forces you to fix the gaps so you remember it when it comes to test day. You do this, bro, you're gonna outscore everybody in your finals and you don't have to study the night before. Which takes us to number 3, your back to school essentials. We're not even at school yet and I'm about to give you the ultimate back to school supply list and the only one you'll ever need. I'm gonna split this into 3 parts to make it easy for you. The best backpacks, the daily essentials you'll need, and then the clothes that actually work. If you don't miss any of these, you'll be ready for an entire school year. First, here are the top 5 backpacks that you need for back to school. In 5th spot, I got the Nike Elite book bag. And 4th spot, Spray Ground. A little played out, it's loud, kind of overdone, but not bad. A Supreme backpack. Honestly, this is just to flex a bit. It's not that practical. Number 2, the Nike Utility Tech Bag. Now we're getting there. It's more pockets than you ever need, and it's still nicely designed. But number 1, and my favorite one on the list, and it's my favorite because I use it myself, the Varia Islander backpack. But not to be biased, I put it number 1, and I use it myself because it has the 3 things a backpack needs. Comfort padding, because you're gonna use it for 8 hours a day. Storage space to keep everything organized. Your gym clothes, your laptop, your essentials, without it getting jumbled up. It needs to have a premium finish so it makes your outfits look good. You get this bag, it'll last you all 4 years of high school or college. I'm not even gonna gatekeep this, bro. And the price point, it's crazy affordable. As a matter of fact, I even secured a discount code because I know you guys are going back to school to make it as affordable as possible, which I'll link down below. Now I'm gonna give you the essentials you'll need in that backpack. So here are the 13 back to school essentials you must have in your backpack. 1, a mini deodorant so you apply after the gym. Next, a fragrance, either YSL or Dior. 3 and 4, it's floss and gum, especially after lunch. You want fresh breath. 5 is sunscreen, especially if you do any outdoor activities or sports. 6, wet wipes, easy way to freshen up. 7, Aquaphor. You want this for your lips so they're not chapped. 8, 9, 10, and 11 is my snack. This is where my charger, your water bottle, your headphones, and a protein bar go. Number 13, a fresh white t-shirt so you can always look clean. And this is exactly why the Varia Islander backpack is my number 1 go-to. Just imagine having all of these essentials rolling around in a backpack that has no organization and you're like trying to find your stuff midday. It's a mess. The Islander has compartments for everything, including small compartments in the front for small everyday carries. It even has an external charging dock, so you don't even have to look for your charging cable. You can just hook up on the outside. Even has storage for your gym clothes or that extra t-shirt I mentioned, on top of your laptop and your school essentials. Now, I have the large one because I also like to travel with it. It allows me to carry a few days worth of clothes inside, but for everyday school, I recommend the 20-liter medium-sized bag because it's perfect for every day. That's the one I'm gonna link down below. It's a go-to. Now that you have your bag loaded, here are the back to school clothes you actually need. You need black, light, and blue wash jeans. These 3 will cover pretty much every outfit. You need black and white t-shirts that fit good in a good fabric. You need white sneakers. And then you need a statement pair in a color that you like. Then you need one sweatsuit. Now, you can buy more clothes throughout the year to build up your style, but with this core wardrobe, you can literally build 95% of your outfits for the school year. I'm telling you, when you're clean, when you're organized, when you're ready, you don't just feel better, you look better. And people will treat you better in school. Your first impressions, they're instant. And a backpack can ruin it. If you want the best backpack in the game, I'm going to recommend Varia because it is the essential base piece of all of your outfits and what's gonna make or break your school year. If you guys wanna check out Varia Travel, like I said, it's an absolute steal. And with my discount code, bro, you're not gonna find a better backpack this well designed that looks this good at this price point. You just made it to school, the bell has rung, but you're just showing up to class is not enough. If you really want to win grades, attention, friends, what you do after the bell rings, that's when the game really starts. Which takes us to step 4, get teachers to like you. Here's how you're gonna get teachers to like you without being a teacher's pet. If you get your teachers to like you early, your entire semester gets easier. So during week 1, you will try to raise your hand at least once per class. Do it just once and ask a real question that shows that you're paying attention. Then I want you to follow up either after class in person or over email asking for a clarifying question. This tells your teacher, yo, you're there to learn, you're there to be serious. You don't even have to be the smartest kid in the class. If teachers just feel that you're actually tuned in, they're gonna go out of their way to help you. And that extra help can be extra credit, extra feedback, or extra time to turn in assignments. Tip 5. How to get popular. As a matter of fact, psychologist Dr. Van Sloan studied thousands of kids across all grades to find why certain kids were consistently more popular than others. Well, it wasn't looks, it wasn't talent, and it wasn't because they were funny. The number one factor that made them popular is that they had the longest list of people that they liked. Popular students, they're just the first likers. They initiate the interactions. They're not waiting to be liked. You could do these micro interactions down the hallway. Yo, what's up, Jay? Chloe, yo, those shoes are fire. Or an easy one. Yo, good luck on the quiz today, bro. Over time, those small shoutouts trains everybody else to believe that you like them. So what do you have to do? I want you to set a silent goal for yourself to greet 5 people in the hall today. You can use a compliment, an inside joke. Being popular doesn't mean that everyone likes you. It means that you like more people than anybody else. Tip number 6, what you'll eat for school lunch. If I had a son in school, I'm not gonna let him eat vending machine garbage, and I wouldn't do the same thing to you. As a matter of fact, I want you to be jacked, smarter, and faster, and stay fuller than all of your friends. So I'm gonna build you the perfect lunch that will fuel you. Now, for your main meal, you should look for whole grain bread. Add grilled chicken breast. You can get microwavable one. You don't even have to cook it. Then you're gonna add cheese, lettuce, tomato, light on sauce, and that's it. This gives you clean protein and slow carbs, which will give you that steady energy throughout the classes. But then you need a snack. For that, I want you to grab beef jerky, mixed berries, and a banana. The jerky will give you protein for more muscle. The berries will give you antioxidants for great skin. And the banana will give you that potassium for more electrolytes. And now you feel better, cleaner, and you'll make it to 4 p.m. All right, so you've made it through your school day. You now know how to wake up earlier, how to hack your studying, how to impress your teachers, how to build popularity, and even what you should be eating to fuel your energy. Now you're leaving school, but this is the point at which you get separated from the average and become the top 1% of students. And it's your after school routine. Tip 7, I want you to use the power nap method. If you need to study after school, but you're exhausted, you need to use the power nap method. Most guys will just crash. They'll scroll on TikTok and force themselves to try to study while they're tired. That's a waste of time and brain power. This checklist will give you the best power nap possible so you can have a super recovery. Now, if you hit all 5 points of this checklist, you'll be back at 100% energy. If you miss more than one, the nap's not gonna work, and that's why you wake up groggy. First, you need energy, so you're gonna eat a banana or drink coffee before you take the nap. Caffeine kicks in after 20 minutes, which is right after you wake up. Next is time. You wanna nap no longer than 20 minutes. That's just enough to recharge without hitting deep sleep. Third is environment. You wanna lay somewhere quiet and dim. If you don't have it, throw on a hoodie, put your hood over just to create that environment. Fourth, alert. You need to set up an alarm 20 minutes out of reach that forces you out of bed. And fifth, replenish. Once you wake up, I need you to drink a tall glass of cold water. This rehydrates and also clears brain fog. Now, you do all 5 of these, you're gonna have an elite nap and feel incredible. If you do 3 to 4 of these, you'll do a slight recharge, but you're gonna get real tired quickly. If you do 0 to 2 of these, this is when you have those bad naps that you wake up more tired than before the nap. Which takes us to tip number 8, your final nighttime routine. This is the perfect nighttime routine for students. It is a 2-part routine that resets your mind time for school, but also clears your skin so you look great the next day. First, you're gonna set the vibe with science-backed audio. Here's what music you should listen to, depending if you want to focus, if you want relaxation, or if you want performance. I want you to use lo-fi beats when you're winding down. Movie soundtracks like Interstellar or Inception if you need that deep focus, and jazz plus a rainfall combo if you want to be a top performer and need to complete a task. You also want to avoid vocals at all costs, as these make your brain have to think and this drains your brain power. If you want a playlist, I'm going to recommend 2 good ones. You can try Focus Study Music Alpha Waves or Waitlist by Marconi Union. Now that you've set the mood with the right audio, you're going to move to the second part of your night routine. This is a student skincare routine. It's on a budget and it gets rid of acne. Step 1 is cleansing, and you want to cleanse with a salicylic acid. Step 2 is tone and balance. You want to use a toner that restores your pH level and rehydrates your skin. Step 3, it's spot treatment and hydrate. You're gonna grab salicylic gel and apply it only to your acne or your zits, not your entire face, and then cover your face with moisturizer right before you go to sleep. And there you go, a perfect school routine. If you listen to me and follow this routine from all the way from the alarm to this perfect night routine, you're not just ready for school, you're 3 steps ahead of everyone else, and it's not even close.